Alright, so Google just released the Gemma 4 model, and right now this is one of the best open source models that you can download and run locally on your device. So on my previous video, I have made a tutorial on how you can run this model on your computer via a tool called LM Studio. And basically, using this tool, you can enable various features of the model, like it can do something like reasoning. It can also read content from a picture, and also my favorite is it is able to use a tool calling capability. Like in this case, I was able to generate a picture via LM Studio, but of course the picture generation was actually done via Comfy UI. So basically the Gemma 4 model was able to orchestrate my requests into generating this picture via Comfy UI, and I think that's really cool. Now the question is it possible to run Gemma 4 on a mobile device, like perhaps an Android phone? The answer is obviously, because Google has intentionally made some smaller versions of the model, like the effective 2B and effective 4B, which is basically 4 billion parameters, that can run quite well on some Android phones. So let me show you how you can run the Gemma 4 model on your device. So here I have my Android phone, and you can open Google Play Store, search for Google AIH Gallery, and this is, I would say, the best app if you want to run some open source models on your device. It is mostly designed around the Gemma 4 model, but of course you can also run other models like DeepSeek and Mistral, Llama, and many others via that app. It's really cool, and actually I have made some videos about that. You can check it out on my channel. Now let me just go back on my phone again, and I'm going to open Google AIH Gallery. But let me just close everything, because this can be quite demanding on some device. Alright, so this is the new interface of Google AIH Gallery, and I gotta say it is now a lot better than their initial version. It is also coming with some new features. So there are a few things that we can do, but let's tackle every single one of them one by one. So let's start with the AI chat feature. This is the basic, send a message and then get the response back from AI. I'm going to open this, and right here, as you can see, we got the option to download the Gemma 4 model. So there is the Gemma 4 effective 2B, which is 2 billion parameters, but there is also the larger version of it, which is 4 billion parameters. You can download that, but I think if you're not quite sure about the capability of your phone, I think let's start with something that is very small, which in this case, effective 2 billion parameters. I have downloaded the model to my device, so I don't have to do it again. But basically, after that, you can click try now or try it. And okay, so this is something that I think it's very important to know, that most phones, I would say, are not really designed for running a local AI model, because it is very demanding. Now, in this case, I have Google Pixel 5, which was released back in the pandemic era, 2020, and it has 8 gigabytes of memory, but the CPU and GPU are not particularly strong, so that's why I got this warning telling me that it might crash, but I can always proceed anyway, and let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so just wait for the model to be loaded, and you can start chatting with the model. Let's say, hi there. Just send a simple greeting, and let's see what I got. Okay, so I got an error message, and this is not really surprising, because by default, this AI model will choose to run on GPU, but the GPU on this device is not strong at all. In fact, it is better for me to just use the CPU. I'm going to open settings, and then I'm going to switch from GPU to CPU. But if you do have a stronger GPU, more capable phone, then go ahead, use GPU. And also you can use the thinking variation, but that's something that my phone cannot handle. So I'll just stick with this default setting and click OK. And just wait for the model to be loaded. Nice. Okay, let me send the same message again. Hi there. Send it. And just wait. Yep, it's not in the level that I can comfortably say usable. This is no longer how many tokens per second. This is now turning into how many seconds per token. So it's very slow because it's running on CPU, and as you mentioned, it's really not a phone that was created for AI in mind. That's why it's very slow. But I think if you have a phone with a tensor cores like the newer Pixel phones, I think you can have better performance, and I would say to the level that it is becoming very much usable. But in this case, this is just a proof of concept, not something that I could use every day. But anyway, let me just move on. I'm going to go back and let's talk about its vision capability. So yeah, I don't like this interface because every time you want to use a different tool or different feature, then you have to go to a different menu. But I'm hoping that in the future they will fix this. They will just unify everything into one window, just like, you know, Gemini, for example. All right, I'm going to upload a picture from my phone, and I'm going to ask AI about the animal, the name of the animal. What animal is this? Send the message, and I'm not going to surprise that if it would crash on my phone, because during my testing it will crash because image processing, remember this is running locally on my device. This is very demanding. It's not something that a low-end hardware like my computer can handle easily. As you can see, I got this error message. I can still wait and hope for the best, but if it crashes on your phone, then I guess that's the vision feature is not something that you can use. I think you can skip it and just use something else, because how demanding this feature really is. Okay, there you go. I'm a bit lucky here. I was able to get a response back from AI, and yeah, it was able to identify the name of the animal. That's a good sign. Now I'm going to just, you know, move on, and then there's another feature that I really like, which is the audio capability. So it's not only able to understand vision or images, but also audio files. So in theory, it's very much possible to upload an audio file and then discuss about it. Like maybe there is a meeting that you want to discuss or summarize, you can absolutely do it using this model. So in the audio scribe menu, you can open the same model again, Gemma 4, proceed anyway, and well, you can start uploading your audio file, or you can also do the recording directly in this window. So let me just tap on this button, and then I'm going to record a quick audio clip. Let me just put my mouth a bit closer to my phone. Okay, I'll just do a quick testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to ask AI to transcribe this audio. So audio processing is not as demanding as image processing, so that's why it can run without any hiccup on my phone, even though it is also one of the main multimodal capabilities of the Gemma 4 model. And there it goes. It was able to transcribe my words on that audio file. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. There you go. It is very accurate. Now there is another thing that I think could be the future of AI agent or personal assistant on your device. So if you go to agent skills, you can see that we can still use the Gemma 4 model. Right now, there are a few things that this model can do directly on your phone. So it's almost like someone is using your phone, and you can just tell it on what it needs to do. If you open this skills menu, you can see a few things or a few built-in skills that are available in the platform. I think they're going to add more in the future, but right now they're kinda limited. Like you can perhaps send email, get queries from Wikipedia, generate QR code, or creating a map from Google Maps or some other things. So yeah, these are kinda limited, but at least it can do something on the phone. And you can also add your own skills, although that's going to be kinda complicated for most people, so I'll just skip it. Now I'm going to test this. I'm going to perhaps just send an email. This is just a template, and now just wait for AI to analyze my request, and it should be able to open my the Gmail app on my phone and then write this particular message. Now I'm not doing anything here, it's just AI running on its own, and this might take quite a while, but it should be able to start doing something on the phone, it should be able to open my Gmail account and also write this message and send this, actually not send, but it will just create a draft message that will be sent to that particular address. Okay, so it's loading the skill. Now, this is why having a good phone is a great idea. I think if you are planning to use a local AI model a lot in the future, I think this could be a sign that you might want to upgrade with a bigger phone, better phone with higher memory or better CPU. And I think Google Pixel would be the best phone for this case because of the tensor ability, the tensor cores that it has. All right, there it goes. So it was able to generate this message. And again, I'm not touching my phone at all. It's just AI doing something on my phone, which is, I think, really cool. So let me just go back. And here in the app, as you can see, it just refreshed because how demanding that task was. So my phone has to reset its memory. So I basically have to redo or restart my chat again. Now, speaking about restart, I think it is important to know that your chat in Google AI Edge Gallery is not even stored on your device. Like if you close the app and then open it again, you cannot see that chat again. It is gone forever. So this tool is more like a test. It's not similar, the same like ChatGPT or Gemini, where you can always come back and then continue the discussion. Here in Google AI Studio, you cannot see your previous chat, you cannot see the history, you can only start a new chat every single time, and you cannot even set up like the main or the initial instruction. You cannot do that. You can only just start a new chat every single time. Now there are other features like prompt lab. This is where you can test various prompts. It's kind of similar to AI chat, I would say, but there are some presets that you can try, but it's just very basic, I would say. And there are also other features like, I think there is a tiny garden that's actually more like a mini game that can be controlled using AI. Okay, I personally never tried this, but I think the idea is almost like you can play a video game, a text-based video game, but it's going to be controlled by AI. That's probably going to be a fun experiment to try. So if you have the time, you can give it a shot, but you have to use a different AI model. And also mobile action, which I believe is quite similar to the agent skills, but this can use a much smaller model. And I actually have talked about that on my channel. You can check it out. But yeah, I would say there are only 4 main things that you can enjoy with the Gemma 4 model in Google AI Edge Gallery, which is Ask Image, Audio Transcribe, AI Chat, and Agent Skills. So that's basically how you can run the Gemma 4 model locally on your device. It is still kind of limited, but I think it will only get better over time. And by the way, if you want to see more cool AI tips and tricks from my channel, you can check this video up here, and I'll see you there.